Hello everybody, number 13, riding along into your house, into your lives, into your hearts. Kind of a weird intro this time because I am doing this after the main recording has already been made. That's right, my recorder fucked up again. So I'm actually doing this the morning after, which probably makes me sound like, because we were up extremely late recording. So, what happened is it kind of cut out the first 6 minutes of when we were doing it, so I'm going to just kind of do quick filler in here and say what my brother said, and hopefully it doesn't sound like too much butthole. So he talked about how he is still playing Final Fantasy Type 0 and that he has some qualms with it, but otherwise he still thinks it's a fun game. So yeah, that's about it, really. Other than, yeah. So, it's going to be silent from here on out until the podcast starts back up. I know this is weird. Kind of talking to myself, alone in my living room. My cat's running around like a maniac, knocking stuff over, demanding food. That's nothing new. So, anyways, here we go. Normal podcast gonna start back up. 3, 2, 1.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna kind of really quick go into what I've been playing here. Well, yeah. So I finally finished Dying Light today. It's about 28 hours that I put into the game, and I might add that I have all the storyline complete and probably 3/4. Well, no, not even, like half to 3/4, somewhere in there, of all of the quests, like all the side stuff and whatnot. So, and that gives you like an idea of just how big the game is. Like, and some of those quests I know are going to be real simple, like probably get them done in 15 minutes. So, but still, like, If I were to probably go through and completely do everything, my guess, because there's a lot of like, there's like little notes and stuff, and I'm sure there's a little guide you can find online, but there's still travel time in the game, and so I have to assume that to really completely 100% this game, it's probably closer to a 60-hour game. But you know what, man? I've got to say, despite the little I've heard from mutual people, I've done a little bit of research, and this game is actually getting some really good reviews now, and I think it's all pretty accurate. Do I wish maybe I had waited until it had gone down in price a little bit? Well, yeah. But the fact is the game ended up being a lot of fun. You know, the more abilities that you get, and you know, you get your grappling hook, you can like run up buildings, you can straight up Mario style jump on zombies and stuff. It's pretty sweet. You know, I can't complain at the end of the day about this game. So I other than that, I started playing Helldivers, which is a it's a multi-platform game. It there was a bundle that was like Vita, PS3, PS4 bundle, and it plays. See, and this is the hard part. I want to say it plays like Diablo, but it doesn't. Essentially, think like Starship Troopers with the Diablo style, like above the head. You know, lots and lots of things are coming at you, like bugs and stuff like that. And it's more mission based. Like you could go in and like you're on your main ship in space, and like you can pick to go to a planet, and then it'll have like maybe a bunch of missions by difficulty level, and then you go from there. You pick which ones you want to do. Yeah. So I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but holy shitballs, this game's kind of hard though. Like I'm playing on, I'm choosing to do the easiest missions because I don't know this game, and controls are a little different. And man, there's times like I'm barely getting out, from each level. So I think it's meant to be a pretty difficult game. So, and definitely a type of game where it's going to be a lot nicer to have 4 people playing at once. So, I think we've talked about on my other podcast, Game Genies, doing a gameplay video with all of us playing. So, yeah. And I think we're going to need that 'cause, man, like I said, easiest difficulty, and there's some of them like I'm barely getting out, of these levels because I'm getting my ass kicked so bad. Yeah. So I don't know. I'll probably talk about that.
Because you don't believe anymore.
Right. So I guess moving along here, that's kind of what I've been playing, and I'm gonna go with some news that I saw today, and this, as I'm sure anybody will understand why, this really upsets me. It bothers me. Hideo Kojima announced that he is leaving Konami, that he is definitely done with Metal Gear. Now, granted, everybody who's a Kojima fan knows he lies a lot.
All those conspiracies.
Exactly. So, but
he'll just probably like change his name so instead of Hideo Kojima, it's just Kojima Hideo. Be like, I'm not the same guy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, the part that sucks is Hideo Kojima does not own Metal Gear. He should, but it is licensed to Konami. Now, with him leaving Konami, of course, he cannot take Metal Gear with him. And part of the thing that kind of makes me believe that this is like a legit thing is the fact that Konami has put out ads for developers because, Christ forbid, Konami wants to continue the Metal Gear franchise. Now, I've been dwelling on this all day long, and I just want to point out that if anybody's ever played the full series, Snake's Revenge for the Nintendo was piss poor awful. Guess who wasn't part of that game? Hideo Kojima. So, I feel like with them taking the reins from Kojima and trying to do something, it's just gonna end up being really bad. So,
well, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, let's think about it. Like, how many times has the reins of something really brilliant went off to somebody else, and how well did it succeed in comparison to the original, you know? And it could be good, but I just think that Kojima had definitely built up quite the empire with Metal Gear and the Metal Gear Solid storyline, that it would be kind of like Square, you know, once Square started to lose some of its main people that had done, you know, that middle arc of games, you know, Final Fantasy 4 through 9 or 4 through 10, you know, once they started losing those guys, it's like, oh, well, now it's bad, you know?
well, it's like you look at certain games and you can automatically associate a person. You know, you think Mario, boom, Shigeru Miyamoto, without even thinking about it. You know,
Yeah,
Metal
like,
Gear, immediately
it's
Hideo
like-
Kojima. Final Fantasy, Tetsuya Nomura. Well, with Final Fantasy,
it's
there's
the
more,
same
but
as, like, Zelda, you know, what if somebody else handled the Zelda series, you know? Like,
Right.
what if somebody that, I don't know, somebody from like Ninja Theory was to do the next Zelda game? It would be such a huge uproar, because they would make it into their vision of how the Legend of Zelda series should be, and people would fucking hate it. And it's the same thing as the Metal Gear series. You're gonna have people that are just really upset because they're gonna see the tag name Metal Gear and think, "Oh shit, this is gonna be a really story-driven game." And they're gonna have all these expectations, but you know, they might go pick it up, and all of a sudden, it's not Metal Gear. It's more like Splinter Cell or something like that. And it's like,
right.
this isn't what I wanted.
Right. Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that are already really bothered by, you know, Kiefer Sutherland doing the voice of Snake, which, I mean, of course, there's all sorts of theory on that, like, oh, maybe the whole thing is actually, you know, just a big thing by Kojima, because Kojima lies. That's a fact. You know, how do we know for a fact that, you know, maybe, yeah, Sutherland did the Ground Zeroes, but well, because he caught a bomb while the missile to his helicopter. Oh, he was in the hospital and there was damage to his voice, and all of a sudden, yeah, he sits up and, I need my smokes. Like, Jesus Christ, it's David Hayter again. Yes. Oh, your voice was damaged. Your voice box was damaged in that crash.
You.
Hey, I can dream. I mean,
I still think one of the funniest things is at the end of Metal Gear Solid, and you come to find out Snake's real name, and you're just like, seriously?
surprise, it's Dave.
What? Why does that name sound familiar?
True fact, did you know that in the original Metal Gear Solid for PS1, I think David Hayter was the only character, or the only person that was listed in the credits as a voice actor that's his real name?
Nice.
Yeah, a lot of those other people on there were not the voice actors' real names.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wonder why they did that.
But when Twin Snakes came out for the GameCube, they have all the like legitimate names for voice actors. Yeah. So, you know, this whole thing with Konami putting out the ads for developers, of course it bothers me. And because there's people like me that, yes, you see a Metal Gear title, you're going to say, well, yeah, I kind of have to get it. Because you know, there's a Metal Gear tag. You know, I'm gonna get it. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I mean, and hope, you know what? As much as I love Hideo Kojima for what he's done with the series, I have to wonder, part of it too is maybe it's him saying, you know what? If I don't leave Konami, they're going to make me continue to make these games, and maybe he does want to move on and make a new IP. And you know, if he does, sweet. I mean, we all know that he's behind the Silent Hills, which looks creepy as shit, but I feel like as a developer, anything that Hideo Kojima's behind, I'm probably going to be more like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I should probably maybe pick that up because it's probably going to be good. Because Kojima doesn't put shit out. Nah, that's just a fact.
Well, he does, but, you know, in the toilet. But
So, because I'm sure this will be going up here pretty quick. Well, maybe. I don't know. Let's talk about the PlayStation, the PSN Flash Sale that just went up. Holy shitballs.
I know, it really threw me off because I was on 4chan and I saw somebody had posted up Breath of Fire for like what, 96 cents, and I was like, what the hell? And I was about to turn on my system and go see what the hell was going on, that they were getting it for 96 cents. Maybe it was on sale. Let's go see what's going on. And sure enough, somebody had posted up. They're like, oh yeah, there's these sales going on, derp. And it's like, oh shit. So yeah, that's pretty freaking awesome, you know. The whole bunch of games for $1. It's kind of like a decent mix. There's a lot of like kind of like meh fodder that's in there, you know. But
oh yeah. Do you have the list in front of you by chance?
I do.
All right.
I really wish they could sit there and put this list, compose it a lot better. Like, I understand it's in alphabetical order, but at least like split it up by systems, you know? Like,
right.
Put these ones as PS3 games, put these ones as PS4 games. But like, I thought some of these were really cool because they're like full like episodic type of games. Like Back to the Future was all episodes. Jurassic Park, you get the full seasons of both of those.
Yeah, you know, I'm just throwing it out there. Hell yeah, I'm getting those games. But like, okay, so we have Wild Arms, which I think we've stated in the past. If you've never played it, it's $1. And you know, even at full price on here, it's $6. Get it. This game it's an RPG. It's the first one I think that I ever went out and just randomly, I saw it was an RPG, I bought it, and we both were like I played through it first, and I remember saying to you, like, dude, no, you gotta see this game, it's really good. And then you played it, and that's when you're like, oh damn, this is actually a really good game.
Right.
So, for $1. But
yeah, I mean, it's cheaper than basically going to McDonald's.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is gonna be more of a classic title, or you know, and some people who don't have a PSP, but Star Wars Battlefront 2 is on there.
Mm-hmm. And
Battlefront games, unless you've been living under a rock, those are good games. The Sam & Max Beyond Time and Space, if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, I believe Telltale made that. $1. Yeah. Fucking jumping all over that. Poker Night 2. It's kind of a shitty game, but it's, you know, they have Payday.
But it's like, it's like only $1. So I mean, it's like, if you don't like it, then no big loss, you know. And this looking at this list, it's kind of like, you know, this is the reason why I tell people don't sell your PS3s, because there's only a handful of games on here that are PS4, and I mean,
and even then, all those games are like Dead Nation. That was a PS Plus at one point.
There's Home, which I don't think I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Surgeon Simulator. I don't think I want to know what that game is like.
Tennis in the Face. You know, I don't even know. I kind of want to get it just because of the title alone. I don't even know what it is.
Tennis in the Face.
Are you bashing people in the face with a tennis ball? One of the games I've been kind of holding out on because I've read bad reviews that really got me excited.
It looks like you hit tennis balls at clowns that are holding balloons.
Seems like a typical indie game.
It kind of looks like it's, in a way, kind of looks like Angry Birds, but not.
So my son would love it.
Probably. Only $1.
Yeah. But I'm also gonna, because it's not 20 or 25 at like some places, I'm also gonna get Game of Thrones. It's a PS3 title. I've read bad things about this game, and a lot of that had to do, I think it was with the combat system people were mostly griping about. But now that it's $1 and like a dollar, what's $1? So I figure I would call my insurance and I can be like, you're not Progressive or State Farm, but find me some money, and then I'll have a fisherman guy, got you $1. So
I got you $1.
It's like he's like Clint Eastwood meets Solid Snake. I got you $1. So I'm definitely gonna I'm gonna pick that game up. I'm probably gonna, I mean, definitely all these story-based ones like Back to the Future, hell yeah. Jurassic Park, are you kidding? I might even bust my kazoo out and do the theme song with it. Why? Because it's fucking Jurassic Park. So we're excited.
It seems like a good enough reason.
Right? I mean, just based on the fact that, again, I believe it's Telltale. It's Jurassic Park. That alone, like, even though it's the new Jurassic World movie is what's his face, Chris Pratt, and he's like become the new Adam Sandler or Jim Carrey. Like, he's in every fucking movie. But I still kind of like him. But it's Jurassic Park. Of course I'm going to go see it.
I don't think you're going to hear any fangirls complaining.
Probably not. But you know what? And this is actually this is going back in the past here. I might even give some insight on the Brothers of Babel. The first movie that we ever actually went and saw in theater was the Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. I don't even remember how old I was. It was a long time ago. But yeah, that was the first movie that we ever saw in the theater. So, I'm kind of excited anytime a new Jurassic Park movie comes out. So,
well, okay, you're like dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs are awesome. Like, and it's funny because it transcends generations. We have a little brother that's like 10 years younger, and even he like loves the Jurassic Park movies. So in any case, we're gonna do something different on the show this time. We're actually going to take a break. And
what?
Yes. In the effort to do things on the show to you know, change it up, make it more interesting. It's I think an established fact at this point that we are wrestling fans.
What?
And so we decided, because it is indeed WrestleMania season, we decided that maybe we should take a segment and talk about WrestleMania, talk about the matches, like which matches there are, who's in them, you know, as of now, and just predictions. And for this, we're gonna have a guest on here. It's gonna be my fiance April, because she also watches wrestling, and so yeah, we're gonna do all that fun stuff, and hopefully, you know, it sounds good.
That'll give me time to go scoop Mills' box, because apparently she decided that she wanted to poop during our segment, and it's killing my nose.
So, all right, well, we'll be back here after this break. So, you like listening to podcasts. Podcasts are cool. They're hip. Your cousin likes them. Your mother likes them. Your dog maybe even likes them. That's great. So, I have mentioned on here that I do another podcast called Game Genies, and so I decided to put a clip. This is actually from an episode called It's a Me. It is episode 21, where we talked about the Mario franchise, and was all going fantastic until we decided to start talking about the Mario Brothers movie and what we could see in the future for that said movie and a remake. I must stress there was no alcohol involved in this. It's just 5 guys bullshitting, and it's gold. So, without further ado, here is Game Genies, episode 21. It's a Me, Super Mario Brothers, the new movie.
If you were to see a new Mario Brothers, did anybody see the Mario Brothers movie? There's a question.
Oh yeah.
yes.
Yep.
Isn't that a staple?
I have actually not seen it.
Sassy black woman and John Leguizamo.
I've
Is that your synopsis of the movie?
if you were to,
And an angry Italian man
if
who
you-
doesn't fit Mario. Okay.
If you were to say that never happened, and you were the Hollywood producer in charge of having to make the Mario
I
Brothers
would make
movie,
a sequel to it. I think that movie is spot on.
Yeah, also, the movie was supposed to have a sequel. The fucker ended with Daisy showing up. Like, you know.
Oh, I think I heard that. She like runs in and she's like, "You're not gonna believe this."
Yeah.
So Mario Brothers, if they were gonna make a movie, director, actors, what do we got?
Michael Bay.
I was about to say director would have to be Michael Bay.
I talked to
Darren Aronofsky.
Who's the
Star.
that could be good.
Wes Anderson?
Wes Anderson.
Who's the guy?
Lars von Trier.
Yeah, Lars von Trier. Yes.
Okay.
You could always just ask the the dude who knows everything about movies.
Yeah, but then I'd have to say it really loud and it would pick up on the mic and you'd be the who made Antichrist?
Corey! Who made that movie?
It's called conversation. It happens.
Hey, y'all notice that if you watch all his movies, that dude hates women.
You don't say.
Huh.
There's a running theme.
Food for thought. I'll look into that. So, okay, so Michael Bay, Lars von Trier for the Mario movie. Who do we cast for Mario and Luigi?
Co-directing.
Yeah,
Kobe Bryant.
God.
Kobe Bryant
Kobe Bryant.
is Mario.
Yeah.
No, it's a fucking Goomba.
No, it's Donkey Kong.
Oh Lord.
It's just Kobe Bryant's head. And then they get Shaq's feet.
They're just like, make faces, Kobe. He's just like,
No, don't rape Daisy. Don't rape her.
I think Danny DeVito would have to be Mario, right? It's kind of like that short Italian-esque.
Yeah, we don't have Bob
Well, we could have Cosby doing the.
I would love to
Bowser.
watch Danny DeVito jump on mushrooms. That sounds amazing. Actually, can you just have 2 hours of that? Just
Okay, so
of him
who's
doing that?
playing Luigi?
John Leguizamo.
Let's be honest here. He was the best part of the movie.
I think John Turturro would have done a better job, actually. But that's just me, and I'm
No, in this
I'm a dad.
in this hypothetical Mario movie, is there just Bowser, or are we bringing in like all the bad guys? Do we have?
Dude,
do we
you're
have-
the- you're
do
the
we have-
main creative
Do we have
force.
the Boo in there and Donkey Kong? And
Dude, if you're the main
who's gonna be
creative
Boo?
force, bring whoever you want in. That's the fun of hype.
The-
hype.
He's in
Cumberpatch.
He's in House of Cards and
Benedict
Always
Cumberbatch,
Sunny.
he's Boo.
Ooh, yeah, I like him as Boo. I do. That's a good call.
I am death.
Okay, so Benedict Cumberbatch is Boo. Danny DeVito is Mario. Kobe Bryant's head is a Goomba. Directed.
And Shaq's feet, because they.
Oh my god!
So this is
Stuff of
balanced.
nightmares.
Okay, so John Leguizamo is Luigi, reprising his Oscar-winning role. And then what do we got for Bowser? Did we narrow that
Oh.
down?
No, I think
Too easy. Too easy.
It's too easy.
Yeah.
I think Samuel L. Jackson needs to be cast, but as Donkey Kong. And then,
no.
Easy
Samuel L.
there.
Jackson's Diddy Kong.
did he? You're right. He's not big enough.
No.
Then you need to have an even bit older guy.
No, Samuel L. Jackson is Grandpa Kong, reprising the makeup from Django Unchained
Yes.
and the character
I
in
do.
general.
I do like that. That's good.
That is really good, actually. I want to see this movie so
50,
bad.
50 Cent as Donkey Kong.
Okay, now who's doing the
Also,
soundtrack?
because he can't communicate well.
Trent Reznor.
You got those mushrooms.
You bring me closer to Peach. I wanna fuck you like a Goomba.
I want to jump on top of your insides.
So, are we going for a hard R or NC-17 with this one?
Well, if Lars von Trier is co-producing, I'm pretty sure it'll have to be NC-17.
Yeah, there'd be a 3.5 hour fucking unrated cut.
No, there's like a shady sex scene. There's a woman. That's all you know, and you hear moans, and then it zooms out, and it's just Bowser and Peach, and you're just like,
Oh, they went there, and then a baby
And then-
falls out a window.
Yeah, and it's in a tree. It's in a tree, and then you got John Leguizamo and Danny DeVito are like, but we're brothers. This is wrong.
It's a little half turtle baby that falls out, and you see Peach looking as it falls out the window, like.
And when the camera cuts back, you can just make out Lars von Trier beating off in the background to a poster that says "I hate women."
And then the poster is Anita Sarkeesian.
Oh,
It's never gonna stop
I know this.
until my rights as a man are put back into.
the right place.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we've destroyed the Mario franchise as a whole.
Also, Adrian Brody is Yoshi.
I think we all.
Every time you say something, I howl. That's why I miss Jake. All right,
I also think we destroyed the podcast.
that's all right. That's okay.
I mean that.
Or they make this a movie.
That's a.
Yeah, or we just Lars von Trier just tripped on himself trying to get to a MacBook and write it all down.
We're gonna trademark this right now. It's trademarked.
TM.
All right, we are back. The fog has lifted, and we are ready to talk about Wrestling WrestleMania 31. You can't see me, but time it now. All right. WrestleMania 31 is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. We are 9 days away from WrestleMania. How fucking awesome is that? I am so stoked for this. And in fact, we've got WrestleMania fever in this house. Even my son, like, he has been playing with his WWE action figures more, which, man, he's got probably 9 now.
Oh, he has 10 now.
He has, oh yeah.
Because he got Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Was the last one he got.
619.
Yeah, he was sick, and so I decided, to spoil him. And I was like, oh no, let's get, like, I set out all the wrestlers that he didn't have already, which, at the store at Meyer here, the only wrestlers that he doesn't have that they have are The Miz, Roman Reigns, Rey Mysterio.
I think don't they have El Torito there too?
Yeah,
They have a little tiny El Torito.
El Torito, Mark Henry, and Batista.
Oh shit.
And I was like, oh, big Batista, man, he's strong. And he liked Rey Mysterio. He's fast. Okay, whatever, man. Whatever makes you happy.
You're like, no, Garrett, you're grounded.
I admit I am actually kind of shocked. They, at least around here, I have not seen any Seth Rollins action figures.
Not in the ones that we buy. I've seen them in the package sets, but.
Oh yeah, like even like Roman Reigns
Yeah,
is kind of rare.
For Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I think we need a little bit more Seth Rollins love, and Randy Orton too.
Randy Orton too. He definitely needs the Viper.
Yeah. So.
Well, one of the things I was telling you a while back was, like, I swear they sit there and it's like they get rid of people and then they have them come back just to sit there and kind of boost their fandom again. Like, once certain people start losing fans, it's like, oh, well, now you're injured. Oh my goodness, you're injured. You're out for like the next 3 or 4 months. And then they come back and everybody loves them.
Well,
Like,
some of
Randy
it's
Orton-
actually they had them leave because of filming. Like Randy Orton, they had his injury happen because
Yeah, but
he went out
let's-
and he filmed a movie.
But let's face it, like, that's just how it is. Like, pretty much every time somebody else comes back, it's always like, oh my god, oh yeah. Like Ryback. Who the fuck cared about Ryback? Like,
That was
Nobody
back when-
does still.
Back when he was Ryback.
Right? Yeah, right. Axel.
and now it's Ryback. Now it's Ryback and Axelmania.
It's so sad.
The worst
Poor
part about it
Curtis
is,
Axel.
you would think maybe because we live in an age where we have the internet, and anybody who looks up Curtis Axel, as his wrestling name, would know that he's actually Mr. Perfect's son. So, I don't know. It just seems like, maybe have him kind of go into that moniker, I don't know. I know that it's kind of like breaking the fourth wall and stuff, but I don't know. I think that they should kind of incorporate the fact that no one is stupid. We can all go online and easily look up. Like, look at Lana with her fucking Rambo. No, Rocky 4 Russian,
I will
nasty, boring
you have to
accent.
admit this. She was a lot better than that dweeb that they just had.
Oh god, he was terrible.
Oh Christ, yeah, that
Because
guy.
I love that even, I think it was JBL was saying like, whoa, where'd they get this guy? The parking
He's from
ramp?
Texas. I swear he's from Texas.
That's the fakest accent I've ever heard. Yeah. No, that was sad. Even the crowd, like, we want Lana, but like, I think it's because of them legs. I don't know. So
I think I saw like a Facebook or Tumblr group that's just Lana's ass. I was like, what the hell?
And you liked it.
I was quite intrigued.
But
Interesting.
so yeah, I mean, outside of the action figures, even our even Garrett's been kind of running around with the microphone and pretending to be a wrestler in our living room. He's Big Show Garrett.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So what's
And
gonna happen once Little Undertaker goes there?
oh, Little Undertaker don't take shit from anybody.
Except for our cat.
Yeah, Lil Kane.
little demon Kane.
Little Demon Kane.
Well, I didn't even tell you this. The other day, I took Garrett up to the store. I forget where were we? We were at the dollar store. And the guy at the dollar store, Garrett was helping put stuff on the belt, and the guy at the dollar store goes, "Wow, you're really good at this. Maybe you can work here when you grow up." And Garrett looks at him and he goes, "No, I'm going to be a wrestler." I was like, yeah, proud moment.
He knows what he wants to be. And so, yeah, that fever, the fever is in the air. So, as before mentioned, we are going to, because we've all seen everything up to now, and we've seen how they've been building some of these, the way that they've built them, I should say. And so we're going to talk about each match. And first, I will say the match. Who is it between? And then I think we'll go ahead and I don't know. Do you guys want to say right away from like who our predictions are, and then maybe talk about the build-up, or
Let's do, I'll say my prediction and we can say reasons why.
so prediction first?
Yeah, prediction first.
Okay, so let's talk about the main event. For the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, we have Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman versus Roman Reigns. Who's the prediction? Who do you think is going to get it, brother?
Who do I want, or who's actually gonna win?
Just who do you think is going to win?
Because I want Lesnar to win, but I know that they're gonna give it to Reigns, and then from there they're gonna have Rollins come up at some point and take it. And I think like the reason that they're gonna do that is because there's no way that Rollins would be able to cash in on Brock Lesnar, but with his contract being up, it's like that's just how it's going to be. Unfortunately, it's sadly predictable.
Okay. How about you, April?
I'd have to agree. I think, Brock Lesnar's done his time as the champion, and he hasn't done a whole lot of matches. I mean, people criticize Daniel Bryan for not being an active World Heavyweight Champion, but I think Daniel Bryan was around more with his title than Brock Lesnar was the whole time he had it. So, I think it's time for a title change, and Roman Reigns is obviously someone that everyone can get behind, or at least most people. Definitely glad to see that Daniel Bryan didn't make it into that match. I was going to be really, really bummed if he was in there, but yeah, I definitely think Roman Reigns will walk away, and he'll hold it for a little while before someone comes for him.
I don't think he's going to hold on to it very long, just because of the fact that Rollins has held on to that Money in the Bank for quite a while now.
Right,
And
we were talking about that actually the other night. Because...
I have a full prediction on this match.
Oh boy, this ought to be
And
weird.
well, see, like what really bums me out is the fact that obviously Lesnar is going to lose the match, and it's just because of his contract stuff. But I know a lot of people, they complain about how he doesn't do like a lot of matches and everything else. But the fact of the matter is like when Lesnar does his matches, like every single pay-per-view event, you have to admit, like when he's in the ring, oh my God, you're just
he
like
kills it.
glued.
He's wonderful.
You're so glued to the TV, because like when he did his match with the Undertaker, it's like, man, smash, smash, smash. Even like John Cena, he got in there as all those suplexes, and I thought he was going to lose. All of a sudden, he's freaking throwing around Cena like nothing. It's like, oh, I think he's going to win. And it's the same thing with this WrestleMania event. You already know it's going to sell out, and that's why WWE likes him, because he sells those events. And same thing with UFC. When Lesnar is on the bill, it sells.
Right. All right. I'm going to take a deep breath.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay. My prediction on this, overall, I'm agreeing. Roman Reigns will win. However, my prediction as a full match, Roman Reigns will technically win twice. The reason I say this, I think that this match is going to start, and because there was a lot of emphasis on the whole thing that, like, Brock Lesnar with the German suplexes and him decimating John Cena. I think it was, 16 German suplexes?
Yeah.
I'm calling it now. Roman Reigns gets more than 16. And they're going to talk about that, like how he took more of a beating than John Cena. And I get the feeling Roman Reigns is going to have all that. Then he's going to land the Superman. Then he's going to get the spear. And then he's going to win. But I'm calling it now. He's going to win. And all of a sudden, the Authority music is going to start playing. And I think that it's going to be Triple H coming out and saying, no, he's getting his rematch right now. Like, just an immediate, and this is after, like, maybe right after Roman Reigns barely wins.
I don't think they can do that.
Yes, they can.
Have they?
There is a rumor that Brock Lesnar actually has come extremely close to signing a new deal. So
what I'm saying though is I don't think the Authority can interrupt on a WrestleMania match.
Sure they can. Why couldn't they? That's the way that they have them written in, is that they can do whatever they want. So I get the feeling that they're going to say, bam, restart the match. Brock Lesnar is going to land Roman Reigns with a couple more German suplexes. And then I think Roman Reigns will beat him, and I'm calling it now. After all that, Seth Rollins goes to cash in. Seth Rollins will come down, try to cash in, and they're not going to want to let, Rollins win like that. Hell no. I think Rollins will attempt to cash in. Roman Reigns will beat him. That's the end. I know it's a pretty big prediction, but I could just see it being. It's not going to be a simple wrestle. Roman Reigns wins. Oh, it's the end of the night. I just don't. It's WrestleMania.
Guess it really depends on like how much money WWE is willing to give Lesnar versus like UFC.
Right. Well, hell, I could see even Brock Lesnar winning if indeed he did sign that contract. I could see them having Lesnar win. And then
if he signs the contract, for sure, he's going to win because of the fact that he doesn't do, regular Raw matches. He does pay-per-view events.
Right.
And it's the same thing with like UFC stuff. He does events. He doesn't care for like the small time stuff. Like, what's the point? Like, he doesn't want to build up a story. That's what Paul Heyman's there for.
Right. So we're all agreeing Roman Reigns is gonna win. So okay, cool. Let's go to the next one. Right. Well, no, and I actually, of the two, I would actually want Brock Lesnar to win. I would want Roman Reigns to put out a hell of a fight, but I would actually want Brock Lesnar to win of the two. But my vote is for Roman. But so next match, Sting versus Triple H. What do you think?
I I already know that they're going. I want Triple H to win because I mean it's the game, but they're gonna probably give it to Sting just because fan favorite, and they're gonna sit there and say that he won, and it's all this. Oh, he's delivering the justice, blah 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 blah, and it's like, God damn it!
And well, technically, it's his first match in WWE after all these years, and him being the face of WCW.
Because for a fact if he lost, oh my gosh, that would rustle so many jimmies.
What about you, hon?
Oh boy, I don't know. This one's a toss-up for me. I would like to see Sting win, but I don't know. We were talking about this the other night, whether they go play the whole thing in the favor of the Authority or not. Depends. That'll play out in a lot of the different matches. I don't know. I don't see them taking this one away from Sting just because it's his first match in the WWE. But it'll be a good match. I know Sting and Triple H are going to put on a hell of a show.
I agree. I think it's going to be a really good match.
See, that's where I disagree. I don't think Sting can put on a good match because just like looking at age and his build as
Age, though, he's not that much different than Triple H. In fact, they're probably about the same.
You look at like Triple H and Sting, and it's just like I can see Triple H being able to take a lot more of a beating, falling in and out of the ring and doing jumps and throwing himself around.
And that's the reason why they could have Sting win, though. Have Sting just beating the tar out of Triple H. I do think Triple H is gonna, he's gonna nail him pretty hard. There's gonna be some big hits, but will Triple H take Sting and throw him out of the ring at the announcer table? No. Yeah, Triple H couldn't even probably handle that, though. I mean, he's built, but he's got age. Your bones, no matter what, they do get brittle with age.
But Triple H is also a pretty big guy, so like getting him up and getting him through a table is going to take a bit of an effort. You're going to need a really big guy to be able to do that. You're not going to have like Seth Rollins come in there and be like, I'm going to throw you through the table.
Right. But yeah, I have to say I think that they're going to give this to Sting. It's his first match. I don't suspect he's going to have more than a few matches in this. I just don't see it. He does have that age factor. And who knows, maybe he will surprise us. And during this event, he puts his all into it, and it's very possible. In WCW, he was incredible. So yeah, we are you thinking it's gonna be Triple H?
No, I think I'm gonna go with Sting.
So
this one.
So we all think Sting on this. All right, here's the fun one. Here's where I have a lot of predictions going on. The Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royale. Okay, the announced people that are in this match. You have The Miz, Curtis Axel, Ryback, Fandango, Adam Rose, Zack Ryder.
I can tell you who's not going to win.
Zack Ryder?
Zack Ryder's definitely not going to win.
Jack Swagger, I should say. Titus O'Neil, Darren Young, Big Show, Kane, Eric Rowan, Damian Mizdow, Sin Cara, Goldust, Heath Slater, and Mark Henry. And they say the winner of the NXT WrestleMania Access Tournament, my vote's going to be Adrian Neville on that. I'd have to imagine. But, so, I'm going to just go first on this. I have a prediction that this is where Sheamus comes back.
Right.
That'd be wonderful.
But I don't think Sheamus is going to win. My prediction on this, because, there's certain people, there's no way they're going to make it to the end. Fandango, Adam Rose, Zack Ryder, Jack Swagger, Titus O'Neil.
Zack Ryder's definitely like, I just don't understand like why he's even around, because it's like they're not using him at all.
Kind of like Heath Slater.
Yeah, so it's like those guys are going to be the first ones that, you know, they're going to go in there, they might throw out a few punches, but they're going to be tossed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know, in the end, I guarantee Mizdow's going to eliminate The Miz. Call him that now. But in the end, it's going to be probably Kane.
Big Show.
Mark Henry. Maybe Sheamus. But
see, right now, I kind of like, because it seems like you're picking like the, you know, heavier set guys, the heavyweights.
My ultimate choice for the winner, though, I'm gonna actually go with I'm going with Mizdow as the winner.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say. I could actually see him winning and just fans just going ballistic.
Well, because they've been pushing this whole thing with him and The Miz. That's the reason why I'm saying, like, without a shadow of doubt, Mizdow is going to defeat The Miz. But otherwise, like, I just can't see a lot of these other ones making it. I think Curtis Axel also is going to be eliminated fast. You know, 'cause they've been this whole, like, oh, I was never eliminated at Royal Rumble. Like, I never went over. He's gonna be like, he's gonna get in and be like immediately eliminated.
But like everybody else, like Sin Cara's been more in NXT lately.
Yep.
Heath Slater, they're not doing anything with. Goldust, they haven't really been doing too much with as of lately.
Eric Rowan has been pretty quiet. Like the big ones have been Kane, Big Show.
But you know, with WrestleMania, they're going to be using that as like a platform to sit there and boost some of the popularity of the other characters. And I think with the way that Mizdow has been, they know that he has like such a fan base when he goes out into the crowd, and I think they're going to use that as like he wins and everybody's going to go like stand up and cheering. And
it's definitely going to be what catapults the whole thing with The Miz and Damien Sandow. Like, it's gonna make them finally, okay, no, it's over, and it's gonna build that feud for the future. But so you're thinking Damien Sandow? Who you think, hon? I know you want to say Sheamus, but
no, because I think if he came back, I don't think Sheamus would win. I don't think they would give him something that soon after he comes back. As much as I'd like to see it, because I'm a fan. But God, I don't know. And as much as I'd like to see Mizdow win, I don't know. I'm torn. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say Mizdow, because it would be a great platform for them to finally catapult him into something more unique than just stunt double.
right.
Although they did just bring Mark Henry back. I mean,
But Mark Henry's never been a huge like following. He's just a big guy, you know.
Yeah, they haven't been building him up, so I don't think they're gonna really do much with him.
Unless the winner of the NXT, let's not forget, because I'm thinking, I don't know for sure, but I would have to assume that maybe this will be the way to get Adrian Neville onto the main roster.
plot twist, it will be Bo Dallas.
I'm okay with that. But my other prediction from this, Sheamus is going to come back, and I do think that they're gonna go ahead and make him the monster heel after WrestleMania.
The monster.
Because he was, as a heel, he's great. He's a good heel. But as a face, I mean, he has the fan thing, but that's the reason why, I think, because he's been gone, and him coming back and becoming a heel, because he was liked so much, he would be hated. And that's the reason why I think they're going to do it. Because otherwise, yeah, there's not that many heels. Well, especially really good ones. So
Yeah. Well, it's because they don't do too much with, who's all there. And that's kind of why, like, I really miss, like, characters like CM Punk, who didn't really belong to, like, the super heel groups. Like, it was just, like, he was his own thing,
Right.
And I kind of wish that, like, Rollins would sit there and him and somebody else, would sit there and be like, no, screw the good guys and screw the authority. You guys all suck. We're awesome.
Well, that's what's so frustrating is, as far as heel goes, they put so much emphasis on the authority being the heel. Really, the authority is the most major heel
right.
in the WWE.
Well, and of those people that are in there, some of them are kind of taken as a joke. Like, you look at the Big Show. No one takes him seriously. He just comes off as whiny. Kane isn't.
But that's like what Randy was saying, and it's true. When even like Triple H, I remember he was sitting there and he was telling that to them a while back. Remember when he was talking to Batista and Randy Orton, he's like, "Where's the animal? Where's the viper?" And they were just like, ugh. And it's true. Like, they definitely need those like powerhouses in there. Like, one of the things I would love to see is start making some of the faces into heels. Like Dolph Ziggler, he needs to be a heel again.
And I'm surprised that they didn't work that in. Like, especially after the whole thing with John Cena getting him fired and coming back. They could have, oh my God, they could have totally done that. Like, right there, they could have had Dolph Ziggler goes heel, and for some reason he has a feud with, like, I don't know, Daniel Bryan. Because there was a match, gosh, it was years ago now. It was a main event, or not a main event. It was a pay-per-view where it was Daniel Bryan versus Dolph Ziggler, and that match is like I've gone back and I've watched that match. I'm like, holy cow, that was a good one. They were beating the crap out of each other, but it was good. Like, they're both very athletic,
right?
So, like, seeing that was pretty sweet. But so we're gonna go ahead though and move along because we still have quite a bit left. The ladder match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. We have the current champion, Bad News Barrett, against R-Truth, Dean Ambrose, Luke Harper, Dolph Ziggler, Stardust, and Daniel Bryan.
What's up?
Who? I don't even know why I'm asking you, but who's your vote?
I want Bad News Barrett to win, but I already know that they're going to give it to either Ambrose, because he's, got quite the following now. They're either going to give it to him or Bryan. And the reason that I don't think it'll be any of the others is because of the fan base, and because I don't really think they've done too much with Stardust, and I think they're just going to kind of keep pushing it that, he's torn mentally between Cody Rhodes and Stardust. They're not going to, give him the championship. They're not going to give it to R-Truth, because...
Although, I gotta say, I've loved what they've been doing with R-Truth.
Right.
With him being all, like, thuggy and... Like, I don't know. His thing with this whole time is it's been funny. I actually enjoy watching him the past few weeks.
But, I think that they're more likely to give it to Ambrose just because of the fan reaction when he comes out, as well as Bryan. Ultimately, I think it'll come down to those two fighting each other. And because I think most people would get a kick out of seeing two faces fighting each other especially those two, because they're such huge fan favorites. They're sitting there fighting each other on the ladders, you know. So I think those two will be the ones that are fighting the most for it.
Yeah. Who do you think? Oh, sorry.
But yeah, I don't really, as much as I want Bad News Barrett to win, I just don't see it happening.
Gotta put my vote in for Ambrose. And one, because I like him a lot. Yeah, he's one of my favorites. But I think it's time for him, and he's really versatile. You know, he's sort of this free agent. He doesn't really play heel or face. You know, he's got a big fan following, and I don't know. It'd be fun to see him with a title, because you know he would defend it, and he would defend it well.
Right. And my vote, I'm actually going to go Daniel Bryan on this. I think that they, as much as they've been promoting him, like at the start of like SmackDown and stuff and whatnot, I think that they're going to give that to him. And I'll explain. Well, I'm going to kind of also say at this point, as far as the next one we're going to talk about is Rusev and John Cena. I'm going to say John Cena on that. And the reason why I'm saying Daniel Bryan and John Cena, you have two belts, the Intercontinental and the United States Championship. I feel like that those have kind of lost their prestige.
They have.
And so I feel like they're going to use those two big names to, and I think that those two are going to hold their belts for a very long time to help boost the prestige of those belts again. So, yeah, I'm going to say that, yeah, it's going to be probably Daniel Bryan, Ambrose, and I'm actually going to say Dolph Ziggler. Those three are going to be really fighting at the end. But Daniel Bryan's going to, I think, prevail. So, which leads us, I know, I already kind of gave it away, Rusev and John Cena. I'm going John Cena on this because Rusev has had that belt for a while, and
oh yeah, definitely. Like, there is no way. I would be really shocked if they sat there and said that Rusev still wins it, because at that point, it's like, you guys are seriously stretching that so much that nobody fucking cares.
Well, and it's like the Vladimir guy from years ago. They had him be undefeated for a long time, and it's kind of cool at first, but then it got stretched out. Vladimir Kozlov, I think, was his name. It got stretched out and got kind of boring, and so it's like, you know what? How about instead of make it so they're undefeatable, make it so, okay, maybe they are just feared, like Kane. You know, like Kane comes down and everyone's like, oh, shitballs. Make that be it for Rusev. Drop the whole, like, I hate America, y'all stupid. Like, it's getting old, and yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like that is doing any kind of good for the WWE, especially when they've had it so like these super patriotic people have gone up against them and got their asses handed to them. So if they have Cena lose, I think that the whole thing with Rusev people will like legitimately start to hate it. They'll hate him, and like they're gonna get really frustrated with the WWE and be like, okay, no, seriously, this is getting to be kind of bullshit. So, anyways, yeah, go ahead. Who do you think is gonna win?
Like I said, I'm definitely gonna pick Cena, and it's the only reason is just because they've sat there and they've let Rusev win against all these other guys. He's had the belt for a while, and I think people are just really bored and sick and tired of seeing the same stuff with him. Like, when he came out with a different announcer, like, it's pretty sad that it was like, oh my god, finally something's different with him, you know?
But then we find out that his fake accent is a million times worse than CJ Perry's or Lana. I didn't think it was possible that someone could have a worse fake accent.
But at least it was, twisting it up a little bit, because it's the same stuff with Rusev. Comes out, Lana speaks for him, screw America, and
Vladimir Putin is the greatest ruler in the world.
And then, of course, like, hey, this is America. And they always lose. They always tap out. And so it's like, yeah, I want to see something different. I don't like Cena. I want him to get fucked up. But I also really just want Rusev to start losing. Because it's getting a little boring.
Well, it's like, are they trying to mimic the whole Goldberg thing from WCW? Like, because if that's the case, it's like, okay, you kind of picked a bad person for that. Because, like, Goldberg, you think about that dude, he was a fucking monster of a man. He was huge and fast. I mean, yes, Rusev, I'm not saying he's tiny, because I wouldn't want to fight that dude. Screw that. But,
Right.
I don't know. He doesn't have that same, like, holy shit factor as Goldberg did. And Goldberg did go undefeated in WCW. So how about you, April? What are you thinking?
I honestly think they're going to give this one to Rusev. I think too many people are looking at this and hoping that Cena's going to win, but I think they're going to save that for another pay-per-view. I don't think they're done with Rusev yet.
I don't think that they're done with him, but the fact is I don't know, it just seems like if he can't be beaten at WrestleMania, and also they've had Cena losing a lot. Cena has lost a lot recently, and that's not John Cena. I mean, the fact that they've already kind of moved him from main card, to mid, like the fact that he's fighting Rusev, he's in a mid card match. For John Cena, that's just kind of, I mean, that's them like going, okay, well, we got to boost, these other people up. I mean, that's the reason why we have Roman Reigns in the main event and whatnot. But because John Cena, he's a main eventer. So I feel like because he's lost a lot, I don't know. I have to disagree. I don't see how they could have Rusev win. Maybe continue the feud, because Rusev is entitled to a rematch. So I don't know. I can't see Rusev winning. But then WWE could also say, well, yeah, everyone's probably saying like John Cena's definitely gonna win. And that's the reason why for some of these that were like, okay, no, it's gonna be this person. It's WrestleMania. They have to pull all the stops. This is where the writers have to be on their A game.
They have to be on their A game.
You have to be. Alright, going on to the next one, which, me personally, this is probably going to be one of the weakest matches. AJ Lee and Paige versus the Bella Twins. It's just a regular tag team match, which is kind of disappointing to me, but...
Yeah, I don't really understand the point of it.
I think they're just gonna, because they've been doing the matches, like, it seems like it went from a decent amount of minutes to where it's just like they come out and like 2 minutes later, oh, we're done. And it's just like, seriously? That's it? And it really sucks because the females, they definitely can move around a lot more fluently in the ring. They can do a lot more gymnastic moves, because I've seen like Natalya do stuff and it's just like, what the hell?
Well, and here's my thing. Okay, we got this one match. It's the only one with divas. You have AJ, Paige, and the Bellas. Granted, yes, the Bellas are like the top. I would say that's a fair enough assumption for the divas. But like, where the hell are the rest of the divas? Like, it just seems like we never see, Cameron and Naomi. You know, there's a lot of them that are great wrestlers. They're not there. They haven't even been in the, in the regular matches. The one diva I want to see them boost is Emma.
I
Yeah.
just like the way she dances.
Every guy likes the way she dances. But I don't know. I'm gonna go. I think with this one, I'm gonna have to go with the Bellas.
Really?
Yeah, as much as I would rather see AJ and Paige win, I think this is gonna go to the Bellas. I do want to see, however, soon. I want to see Nikki lose the belt, but not to AJ or Paige.
I'd like to see Nikki lose the belt to Brie.
Yeah, oh, definitely, I could see that.
Because my thing is, they never really resolved from that whole situation with Nikki and Brie. I mean, they never really touched on that. Like, after her 30-day servitude to Nikki, like,
Yeah, it was over.
Just kidding, we're BFFs again. Like, that, it kind of bothers me that was never resolved. I would love to see at WrestleMania, in the middle of their match, Brie turns on Nikki the same way that Nikki turned on Brie.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea what the motivation would be besides.
Well, especially
Nikki was
at
really
this point,
bitching to
because
Brie, but-
if they had done this a month ago at like Fastlane, I have a feeling that if they had done that at Fastlane, it would have made the Diva part of this much more exciting. Because I don't know, I see this match and I'm like, if there was any match that they would take and cut it out, because of time, like say the Undertaker and Bray Wyatt match goes a long time, it's going to be this Diva match. They're going to drop it because it's not even for a belt, it's just a tag team. Well, I mean, granted, it's the only tag team match at WrestleMania.
The thing is, though, it's not special. Because this is WrestleMania, and you want to see these big, awesome, kick-ass matches, you can watch SmackDown and watch AJ Lee and Paige versus the Bella Twins.
Exactly.
It's not any different. What am I going to sit here and watch this match for? When I could see something like this on Monday or Thursday night.
Well, and I think that might be one of the reasons why they would have something big happen. I would hope. I really want to see something. Yeah, like maybe have a Brie turn on Nikki. Because otherwise, yeah, it's no different than any other match that you could see at any other time.
They just really need to do something to shake up the Divas division because nothing there is interesting anymore.
Yeah, they got to bring Emma into this.
Well, because they rely so heavily on Total Divas.
Yes.
On E, they reference it, they talk about it on Raw and SmackDown. Like, what about the people that don't watch Total Divas? What about the people that don't give a fuck?
I admit, I watch it.
He really does.
I've seen every episode on the WWE Network, which you could have every month for just $9.99. And I think more. I mean, I've watched a lot of those classic matches. There's certain matches you just have to go back and watch. And for me, the best match of all time is hands down the Undertaker McFoley match.
Right through the table.
Off the fucking cage onto a table, through the cage onto the mat, then the tacks come out. Like, that is, in my opinion, the best match of all time. Nothing comes close. And I mean, even watching the Montreal Screwjob match with Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, that also was a crazy match. Good one, very good. And you could see where Bret Hart gets up and he's like, "What the fuck?" It's crazy. Like, you knew at that point, like, even watching it, like, this wasn't supposed to happen. What? He was not supposed to hit 3 count. So, anyways, going back, who's your prediction on this for the Divas?
I don't know. I since it's not like a title match, I think they might just let the Bellas win it. You know, doesn't really matter. I think they might just use that as like the push for Paige and AJ to keep teaming up, and then, well, actually no, it could be Bellas win, and then AJ and Paige get pissed at each other because they blame one another for the match loss. They split up, and then that way they can have one diva going for the champion rather than two divas. Here's
a thought, though.
That'd be a pay-per-view event next.
I was talking to April about this, and this is just a thought I had, and I know it may be kind of dumb, but would the idea of more diva belts sound good to you? For example, there's a lot of diva tag teams. Like, what if you were to have a divas tag team belts, heavyweight? Like, do like 3 or 4 belts just for the divas division.
First of all, there aren't enough divas. Which I know they're not using all the divas, but really a tag team championship would cater to the Bellas because they're the only ones that are technically like a for real tag team. Anyone that goes up against the Bella Twins are just.
But the thing is, if they were to have AJ and Paige as an official tag team go up against the Bellas, hands down, I would say AJ and Paige. Hands down. Because Brie and Nikki have been in there for so long that they would look at someone like Paige and AJ who are younger. Like, they gotta start thinking of the fact that the Bellas are aging. And let's face it, Brie's married, and she has said in real life, like, oh, she wants to have kids and stuff. So eventually the Brie and Nikki thing is gonna crumble, and it'll be with Brie leaving. So, anyways, what's your pick
For what?
for that match?
Oh, I'm just gonna say the Bella Twins. It really doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
No one's gonna watch.
Yeah, that'll be the bathroom break / get a new drink and.
All right, who's gonna make the popcorn for the next match?
Pretty much.
The Divas
Like,
match is on.
that's how most of the matches are, to be honest. Like, I'll watch the Brock Lesnar one because I already know that that's going to be just full-on brutality against Roman Reigns because he can handle it. But that's going to be the only one that I actually have full interest in.
We haven't got to the one that I'll have full interest in. I'm saving that for last.
Rollins and Orton.
Hell yeah! But first, we're going to talk about a match that I feel will be good, but has not been talked about enough. There hasn't been the right kind of build-up. Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt. I have not admittedly liked the way that they have been going about this. My vote, however, will be for Bray Wyatt.
I don't really know about that because, like, Undertaker lost last year and that was pretty bad.
But I think that they could use Bray Wyatt winning as a fuel to make it so he's like that much more of a threat. And I think that the WWE is probably looking at, okay, well, Undertaker, he's old. And at this point now, he's a trainer. In real life, he's a WWE trainer. So they got to find someone else to make like that guy. Undertaker is like legendary for being like, okay, that like really weird, but like holy shit. I think they're gonna maybe try and do that with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
and make it so maybe he's the huge threat at WrestleMania, despite the fact that he did lose last year to John Cena. I see them trying to like really try and boost him as that creepy guy. That's why they had the Wyatts disband so that they could propel Bray for this new position, if you will. So, anyways, what's your pick?
Well,
But I might add, I would rather the Undertaker
I
win.
think Undertaker's gonna win just because I don't think the fans would really like to see Undertaker make his comeback for WrestleMania and he fucking loses. You know, I think it's gonna definitely be a cater to the veterans. Undertaker wins, Sting wins type of thing.
Okay. What about you, April?
I have to agree. I think, as much as I would like to see Taker win, because he lost last year, I don't see how that helps the WWE out. You know, they got to do what's best for business, and because
in real life,
right, and because Bray Wyatt has been such a mid-card kind of bullshit character this whole time, you know, if they're really gonna try and catapult him into that position, they need something credible to work with. And
But you guys,
and they're not doing Bray, his character. They're not doing any service to him by having him lose when he is still an active wrestler, especially after the whole thing with John Cena, where he was kind of main carding. After that, the whole thing, the feud he had with Dean Ambrose seemed very weak. And
but
so
you know what's terrible about that is that they can't put Bray Wyatt into the same category that was Undertaker.
Absolutely not.
The thing that Undertaker had going for him that was great is that he had a fucking manager. And Undertaker didn't have to say anything. He had his manager doing all the fucking talking. It's the same thing as
what if Paul Heyman? What if, let's just say, shits and giggles, Brock Lesnar is done. What if Paul Heyman went to Bray Wyatt and he became Moody, basically? He became Bray Wyatt's Moody. That could be sick.
See, and I don't ever see Paul Heyman going for a guy like Bray Wyatt. Paul Heyman would try and pick up someone like Roman Reigns, but I don't think he would ever pick up Bray Wyatt. Anyone that was going to manage Bray Wyatt would have to be just as twisted as Bray Wyatt.
Well, and that was the thing with Undertaker. He was right off the bat, he came off as really strange and weird. And when you had Paul Bearer, that's his name. His real name, his last name was Moody, but Paul Bearer, he came out, his face is all white. He's really creepy looking. He really.
But you know why?
Became part of the package.
You know why Paul Heyman couldn't work with Wyatt, right? And the reason is because of the fact that Wyatt does all of the mic work. He's very expressive on the microphone, but he's no Paul Heyman, you know.
And that's what makes
that's the reason why he can't be on Undertaker's level, because of the fact that he's so loud and outspoken. And that's one of the things I've noticed with Sting that a lot of people really like with him. He's man a few words, and people are just all when he actually does talk, it's oh, everybody gotta pay attention.
Right, and I think that would be so much more interesting if Bray Wyatt just shut the fuck up. You know, when we're watching it, I'm like, can we please just fast forward through this? Because he says so much, but it means nothing. You know, if he could be more concise with what he's trying to get across, it would be more interesting.
Yeah, I have to agree. Yeah. All this promotional stuff with the match with Undertaker, I've only watched Bray Wyatt because it involved the Undertaker, but Wyatt has become a character that anytime he does any kind of promo stuff, I just fast forward, because we record and we watch it the next day. 9 times out of 10, it's because I have work, and I get home from work, I don't want to watch a 3-hour thing, so it's nice to fast forward through the commercials and all that crap. But whenever Wyatt is on the microphone, as of late specifically, it's like, yeah, no.
It's exhausting. Listen to him talk, and I feel like I need to take a nap.
Yeah. So I think I don't mind Bray Wyatt as a character, but yeah, I have to agree. Like, have him talk less, be more of a threat.
You know what was cool though was when he had brought out the urn and he was like making fun of the fact that the Undertaker's power is within here. Her. He opened it up and then all the smoke came out of it, and then the lightning hit the chair that was there. I thought that was it was cheesy, but it was kind of cool.
Yeah, the lightning bolt was extremely cheesy. But no, I have to agree. Like, that for me was like and then to see Wyatt like freak out over it, and then like the menacing laugh, like, okay, it's like it kind of catapulted his whole like, okay, Bray Wyatt's crazy. I loved that. But when it's the backstage pre-taped promo, like, oh yeah, you're gonna go to the desert and the buzzards and pineapple in my butthole, like that kind of stuff. I don't care about it, It's like, dude, shut the fuck up, man. But so we all agree. Oh, well, April and I agree that Bray Wyatt, and you're thinking The Undertaker. So, all right. Okay, I'm just going to throw this out there now. This next match is probably easily going to be my favorite. I have to assume it's going to be my favorite match. Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins. Okay. Both of these guys are awesome on the mic. And so I feel like there's going to be words said, and that's going to be cool. And if they don't, it doesn't matter, because both these guys are electric. Like wrestling. Electric. Seth Rollins, he's not afraid to do crazy shit. I mean, and that's the thing I love about his character, about that wrestler, is he will do high dives. Like, he jumped off of the ring post to land on Brock Lesnar. That's not a short distance, and that could probably really hurt. He also had that match with Ambrose where they threw each other off of the steel cage onto a table. Seth Rollins is probably, of the active roster, he's probably my favorite wrestler. He's a great heel. He's playing it off well. Fun to watch. But Randy Orton is also fucking awesome. I've always liked Randy Orton. His like, fuck you attitude. Like, I loved watching his speech with the Authority, and he's like basically everyone, you're a bitch.
Oh, the mini roast he did to all the...
Yeah. He roasts everybody like, you're a bitch. And then at the end, like, he just double fist in the air, flipping off Seth Rollins, which we thought was hilarious that they couldn't show that on TV. Here he's saying bitch and all that early in the broadcast, but they can't show him flipping off Seth Rollins.
But like with stuff like that, I was with them swearing. I felt as though like this is like what's needed in WWE. They need to start having a little bit more cussing. They need to have blood involved. Make it look like these people are taking a beating. Like,
well, and that was the reason why Dave Bautista. That's one of the reasons why he quit WWE, because he was like, man, I remember a time back when I started, when it was the Attitude Era. Like, shit hit the fan. It was fun. It was aggressive, but now it's all PG, Disney World bullshit. That's one of the reasons why he quit. I mean, age is still another part in, when you're getting offered millions of dollars to make movies.
And here I thought he quit because he was sad because everyone made fun of him because he wore blue.
Blue Tista. So, I hope that. I mean, like a lot of people. I mean, yeah, the Attitude Era was great and all, but I don't know. I would like to see them, instead of the PG thing, maybe move up to like at least PG-13. You know. But so as far as this match is concerned, though, my pick is going to be Randy Orton.
Yep.
And I feel like Randy Orton's going to win, but Seth Rollins, like I said for my earlier prediction, Seth Rollins is going to lose, but he will reappear in the Brock Lesnar-Roman Reigns match. So, what about you?
Definitely Randy Orton. Definitely Randy Orton. No, I don't know. I think because after, you know, this big, huge, like, mega comeback that Randy Orton has had, you know, he's kind of riding this wave of, like, free agent. He's not with the Authority. He's not
a face.
He's not a face, but he's not a heel either. He's just kind of Randy Orton. He's just here to fuck shit up.
Well, and I have to agree with William that the one thing that bothers me, when Randy Orton left, yeah, people were like, because Randy Orton is a character that most of the time a lot of people don't like, because he is that, like, fuck you. Like, he had, what was the group that he had with Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase? It was like the like they were a team for people, or that, like, their dads wrestled, and like they were part of this clan because of, like, all their families were part of a wrestling dynasty. And so Randy Orton, a lot of his career, and he's always been like the anti-John Cena, which is funny because they're actually like best friends in real life. But Randy Orton, a lot of times people have not liked him. And it's funny because I'm like, I kind of always liked Randy Orton because
I like
of
his thighs.
Thunder thighs. That's his nickname around here.
Randy Orton does not skip leg day.
Unlike Big Show. So, but yeah, like Randy Orton, he's never been somebody that everyone loved, but I've always liked him. He's great on the mic. He's a great wrestler. And so seeing like he's the older version of Seth Rollins, basically that's how I look at him. Like, I'm really, really, really excited for that match. That, like, of all of the matches, that's the one I'm the most excited for. And the funny thing about it, it's not a title match. It's just, we want to fight. I think we just successfully got our first boofer on the podcast.
Boofer?
You know, I'm sitting here next to Josh, and I didn't hear it as much as I felt it in the cushion. This is my life now.
Crumbly sound.
I hope that was caught on camera, or Mike.
I can't take him anywhere. We were just at Meijer earlier tonight, and he was crop dusting all over the store.
But in my defense, I did warn her every time, like, "Oh, you gotta move quick." So, what's your vote, hon, on that last match?
Oh, definitely Orton.
Okay.
You know, I think with this whole, like, Randy Orton versus the Authority thing, I don't know, it'd be kind of nice to see him win.
I truly think that the Authority thing is probably going to end soon.
You know, that would be nice. You know, it's
I think
so
we
Authority-centric.
We actually noticed that as of late, the Triple H and Stephanie have kind of been on the back burner. You know, outside of the whole thing with Sting, it's been kind of quiet with those two.
They probably got, like, a lot of stuff going on, so they can't really, like, go out and make appearances. But
well, yeah, because you do have WrestleMania, and that's like the big event. I mean, it's no secret to anybody that Raw's recorded on Mondays, it's live, and SmackDown is on Tuesdays. That's when they record it, and it shows on Thursday. So right now it's the 20th. We are 9 days away. I guarantee they are starting to set up right now already for WrestleMania. A lot of the wrestlers that are involved in their matches will be showing up. It's in Dallas this year, I think.
I think it's in Cali.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure it's in California.
Okay, so I'd have to say probably in the next few days, all of those wrestlers that we've previously mentioned, and any of the legends that are going to appear, they're all going to be showing up to California in the next couple days, because the week before WrestleMania, there's radio stuff, there's promos, there's autographs, there's all these different things that are going on, for the week of WrestleMania. So, it's kind of exciting, and it'd be kind of cool, like, if you to go to WrestleMania, to be able to go to that, and to be there for the inductions for the Hall of Fame, because they do that, I believe it's the night before WrestleMania. So
I really think they should invest in that, the Tupac hologram, and do a Randy Savage hologram for WrestleMania. Wouldn't that be kick-ass?
Oh, yeah.
No, I think it's no secret that Macho Man, he's one of my all-time favorites. Easily one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. You want to talk about mic skills?
Macho Man Randy Savage, he's the king of the crop. He rises all the way to the top for his mic skills.
So, yeah. So, anyways, I think that's every match for WrestleMania 31. Those are our predictions. I know, the second segment was pretty long. So
it's because it's so damn important.
Oh yeah, it really is. So, yeah, I hope that if you made it through all of this, that you enjoyed it. You enjoyed our opinions. Maybe you have your own opinions. I have to imagine I'll have this posted pretty quick. Today it's the 20th. I probably will actually have this edited and posted. Excuse me. There may be a couple beverages in this host. So I will try to have this edited and up by tomorrow. So, and I hope that if there's any listeners out there, maybe you throw your predictions to us. It'd be kind of cool to see some listener participation. So, participation.
Now you sound like Jack Swagger.
Jack Swagger. So,
we the people.
So, after a long podcast, much longer than usual. Much longer than usual. April, thank you for joining us.
Not a problem.
I hope you enjoyed talking to the brothers Moogle and Mel's.
I was going to say and Mel's.
You want to say something too?
So, all right. Well, we will see you guys next time.
Later.